On the 12 days of pleasure, my true love gave to me to know one, love and trust and erotic sovereignty. I have a story that I was never a good singer, and I'm still not, right? Because good singer, what the fuck does that mean? But I have this story that, singing was not my thing. I was a dancer, I was always in my body. And so it's so fun doing these with you guys, because I'm just, taking all of those parts of me and being like, fuck it, you're just gonna fucking sing. So I love it. I love that I get to do this. I love that this was created, and I'm loving the 12 days of pleasure. We are on day 2. If you are watching live, just say hi. Tell me where you're watching one from. Tell me what is bringing you pleasure in this moment. Where are you finding pleasure in this moment? And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and let us know. Replay, #replay. Share this out with people if you think that this could be useful and supportive to them. And just a quick reminder before I dive into today's tip. So just to tell you what I'm doing, over the next 12 days, I'm going to be giving you a sex mastery tip over pleasure for yourself and for your partner. How to really create it like juicy, yummy, fucking awesome pleasure for you and your partner over the next 12 days. And then we will end day 13. Friday the 13th day is going to be the first night of Pleasure Alchemy, which is going to be the fucking hottest, fucking most incredible, most transformational online event that you can even think of. I mean, it just blow you away. The last one that I did, people were having full-blown Kundalini orgasms on screen. It was amazeballs. So I really want to make sure that you're there. If you haven't gotten your ticket already, I will post the link so you can grab it. Super cheap, only $300. Super awesome, and I will be there to guide you the whole time. If you're in the pleasure circle, you get a special ticket. So make sure if you're not in the pleasure circle yet, you might want to join us there to see what all this specialness is about. Okay, so 12 days of pleasure. Yesterday, if you haven't watched yesterday's video yet, go ahead and search the hashtag 12 days of pleasure, and you will find yesterday's video, which is about trust and erotic sovereignty. Today, we're going to talk about one love, right? And this is like the hippie paradigm of one love, we're all one, and it goes even further. So just tell me first, let's drop into this. If you're someone that finds yourself struggling with jealousy, if you're someone that finds yourself struggling with self-pleasure because you're thinking about the other person, and maybe you think about your ex, or you wish that someone else was there, right? If you're someone that notices yourself pressuring your partner in the bedroom or in your relationship to be a certain way or fix or change, right? This is for you. Tonight's topic is all for you. Now, I used to live in the world in a way that I saw myself as separate from the other beings. So my pleasure was dependent on someone else's fulfillment, on someone else's actions to bring me into fulfillment. I didn't understand that I could be whole and one as my own being. I didn't know that simply by being, I was already everyone else on the planet. I also was super crazy jealous, super crazy jealous. I would go nuts in partnership if I saw my partner even flirting. And now I'm in an open relationship. So talk about a total difference, right? Super crazy jealous to the point that it was just bananas. And the reason that I was jealous is because I forgot this oneness of being. So let me go a little bit deeper into what I mean by this. And this is simply this, that every time that you're finding yourself wanting something from someone else, feeling jealous that someone else has something that you don't, right? This is sexually or in life or in business. I want you to tap into this very simple truth, and you can do it by placing your hands on your body. So if you're watching with me, go ahead and do this with me. Place your hands on your body and just feel yourself first. So just notice the boundaries of you. Feel yourself as you. And then begin to feel everyone else. Just notice everyone else. Great, now feel yourself again. Fully as you, just tap into you. boundaries of you, whatever it is about you. You can even type in the chat something about you. And now feel everyone else. And just type in the chat when you have it, something about everyone else. Feel it fully, like go into all the emotions that you feel when you feel other people. It could be jealousy, it could be excitement, it could be love, it could be turn on, whatever, right? Feel you again and type in something. And now feel everyone else and type in something. Great. Now take a deep breath in, and I want you to feel both you and everyone else at the same time. And just type in the chat, what starts to happen between the two of them? What do you start to notice? Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process on this call. This is a process that we will be diving in deeper into at Pleasure Alchemy, where we're actually going to be bringing in the body even more into this practice and feeling the intersectionality between you and all other beings. So feeling this, what we talked about this morning, Carolyn referred to it, Carolyn Elliott, when I interviewed her in Money, Sex, and God, referred to this as the fractal hologram. Okay? So you'll start to feel that oneness of being. And so that way, when you start to feel jealous, right, and you see whatever it is, right, a partner loving another being, right, even if it's not, if they're not actually sexually loving another being, but just loving another being, you can look at that other being as you. You can feel the way that other being must be feeling and feel it in you, right? You can notice if in business, if there's someone that you're jealous of, like someone that you think has it all, right? That's like, oh my God, like they're amazing. They're doing all the things that I want to be doing. Why the fuck am I not doing it, right? Like, whoa, start to feel you as them. Feel them as you. And I'm going to teach you at Pleasure Alchemy exactly how to do this. You guys will actually have an embodied experience of this. You will feel this fully and deeply in your system. Right? So feel the two of you as one being, and that disintegrates the need to feel this jealousy, right, of someone else. It's just not needed because you are them. So if someone else is having a fucking epic life, like rocking it out, I'm like, yeah, go them, right? Like when my partner, when I talk about, oh my God, who are you going to take on a date next? And who are you going to love so deeply? And who are you going to make love to and show them what's possible? I get excited. Like I feel turn on in my body and excitement of like, oh, wow, look, there's me over there in another body. And you get to go and make love to that other me and have a different experience, right? And get deep into the world in a different way with someone else who's actually me. And you, my partner, you're also me. So I'm also having that experience. So how fucking cool. Because the one thing I've realized over the past 10 years or so creating businesses is that all I want, right, is for ease and simplicity and flow. And that ease and simplicity flow drops in when you realize that you don't have to do everything on your own. And the way that you know that you don't have to do everything on your own is when you start to recognize you as never alone. Because when you are never alone, everyone else can simply take the other pieces for you from you, right? So if you feel like you have to do everything on your own, you're like running, right? Figure out like what other me's out there are fucking awesome at this. Great, they're gonna do that role. They're assigned that role, right? I love when my partner goes out, the idea of them going out with people that doing things that I'm not great at. Like, I'm not a great conversationalist. I don't really like sitting down and talking about philosophy for hours. Like, that's not my jam. I'd much rather be in the bedroom or with my body, like, really duking it out with people. Like, I love feeling energy in my body. I love feeling my skin and dancing. Like, yes, that's my turn on. My partner, on the other hand, can do both, right? And they love that conversational piece. And so the idea of them going and sitting at a restaurant and speaking to someone and getting so alive and turned on, right, by that other person that is also me. So it's me and me talking to me, right, together. And so there's no jealousy left, right? This also works with if you're feeling a sense of pressure, like you're like, oh, this person is who brings me pleasure. And because, one of the things I saw a lot of in the Pleasure Alchemy, when you guys are applying to get in, to get your spot, a lot of people are putting, I'm not in my full pleasure because I don't have a partner, right? And so once you start to recognize and feel, not just understand, but like feel on an embodied level that you are never without, You are never without a partner. The partner is the entire universe. You are the entire universe, and your partner is the entire universe. And you being the entire universe means that you never actually need a partner for your pleasure, right? If the partner appears, that's simply another experience that this body is choosing to have. But if a partner never appears, totally fine. You get to keep fucking the universe and letting it fuck you back, right? This is the joy of recognizing one love, not two. Not many, not multiple. It's one being, right? Playing all these different parts in the world. And, I'd read books about this. I read all the Ram Dass books. I read all the non-dual books. I was into it. And it wasn't until I actually felt this in my body that I started to be able to really drop into it. So that when I have a moment where I'm missing someone, or when I have a moment that I feel like I'm pressuring my partner, right, to pleasure me in some way, or a moment of jealousy, right, I can simply notice those moments as the human game that we play, which is that, oh, this person is separate than me. That's the game. The game is separateness. It's not real, right? But we can go ahead and play that game, and I can actually feel turn on. Like when I feel jealous, I'm like, woo, that's turn on there. When I feel like pressure, that's turn on. That rage is turn on in my body. It's aliveness because it's part of my humanity. So I feel that humanity, and I recognize at the same time that it's one playing with one. That allows me to dissolve and release the need to act out of that space of honest of lying, right? It's like it's actually like not real. It's not true, right? And when I do act out of it, as soon as I wake up to this oneness again, which I get to do through my body, it's why I self-pleasure every day. You'll feel it deeply in Pleasure Alchemy next weekend, that this just like North Star of truth. You start to feel that in your system, then you'll notice that the reaction to life becomes unnecessary. And rather than the reaction to life, what we get to do is witness and then create. So we get to stop witnessing and stop reacting, begin to witness, and then create what we desire when we desire it. That's done through the body, through connecting to oneness, through connecting to who you are, through releasing, right, the human game stories that are still tripping you up and taking you away from this essence, away from this life force. That's what allows you to jump forward into creating your reality instead of staying stuck behind in jealousy or pressuring yourself or other people to fulfill your happiness. That's not needed when you recognize that you are ultimately happiness. You are already one love. You are already all things. And that becomes embodied and recognized through your pleasure and through the skin that you get to embody. It's almost as if our bodies are like these spaceships that bring us into, right, who we truly are. So when we start to feel a part of ourselves that's feeling jealous, for example, right, find it in the body, place a hand there, feel it fully, zing, it'll shoot you right up to consciousness. We will do this over and over and over again at Pleasure Alchemy. You'll see me demo it on my body. You'll see me work with it on your body. So when I talk about transformation, this is what I mean. I don't mean transforming from one human body or human self or part to an upgraded version of you. I mean transforming from this human part of you to the oneness of all beings. That is the end. There's nowhere else to go from there, and there's nothing else to try to strive and achieve. You're finished once that's there. You're finished the rat race, the game of always having to be better, do better, right? Having more. You don't need it. You get to create that reality if you desire, but you don't need it once you recognize your embodied self as this one being. So what I would love to check in with you, those of you that are watching, and hi to everyone, John, Francis, Christopher, Sue-Ann, hey, love. Those of you that are watching, tell me what your relationship is to recognizing your partner as you. How easy is it for you to look into their eyes and see them as you? And what gets in the way of that? Is it old stories? Is it your own tension in your body? Is it what people tell you, what society tells you? Is it the lie that society tells all of us, right? What's stopping you from seeing them as one? And then what's stopping you from joining us at Pleasure Alchemy? I want you to really drop into that. Many of us don't want to come because it is an unfamiliar space to play in. This space of deep pleasure, this space of oneness, this space of ecstatic aliveness, right? This isn't just like, again, this isn't just a jump from one human space to another. It's a jump from human space to deep oneness and dissolving of who you are, right? So that you can create new. It's quantum leap. Many of us are unfamiliar or uncomfortable with this because it's not what we're taught in society. And so that uncomfortability stops us from taking the leap, right? From clearing the schedule, right? From it starts to have us create excuses to keep ourselves in the rhythm of smallness. Our mind always seeks the same. But our aliveness seeks the novelty until it reaches the place of oneness, right? And this aliveness is what I want you to follow. If you're feeling alive from watching this tonight, if you're feeling on fire, if you're feeling jazzed up, turned on, if you notice in your body any part of you that is tingling, make sure that you come to Pleasure Alchemy. And don't worry if you can't make the whole time. I don't care. Come to as much of it as you can, right? And you will get the pieces that are needed for you. I trust in that. I trust in the flow of that. You pop in, you come fully ready to play with us, to play full out, and then you leave when you need to and play in the human game when it is needed. But just know that this is a very powerful alchemical container that is set up to bring you back into who you truly are. I can't wait to see you there. Go ahead and share this video if you are into it. Again, if you want special, awesome, juicy, hot tickets, go into the Pleasure Circle and you'll find them. If you don't want to do all that rummaging, don't worry. I will post the link in just a second and you can just join us normally, the normal ticket way, on my page. I'm so excited to see you guys there. Tell me what you're getting from this. Tell me what's dropping in. Share this. Tag your friends in this message. This is a message that is needed for all beings to remember themselves, to remember love, to actually change the world. Can actually change the world, because as you change you, because you are one, you are changing the entire world at the same time. Every time that you self-pleasure yourself back to love, back to remembering who you are doing that for all beings. I promise. I've seen it over and over again. So release the need to fix the people around you. Release the need to feel and attach yourself to jealousy. Know that you are all of that. So it's no longer needed, and you'll feel that. I just want to I'm putting it in there so that at Pleasure Alchemy, you can really feel it in your body, right? But just think it for now. And then when you come to Pleasure Alchemy, you'll feel it fully in your body. When you feel it, then you'll know. And when you know, then you'll know, right? And then you'll just know. You'll get to be right here. Deep love, deep pleasure, deep ease. No more suffering. It's no longer needed. I'll see you next weekend. Bye.